This video will show you how to dismantle and clean an Icon airflow extractor fan. These fans are of high quality and will typically last for many years. However, they may require cleaning from time to time in order to keep them in good working order. If your fan has become noisy or has difficulty in starting when switched on, it's likely that it has simply become clogged up with dust and dirt. A simple clean should correct this and bring it back to its original working condition. The Icon airflow fans run on mains electricity, and therefore it is vital that you switch off the power before attempting to dismantle or clean it. You could seriously injure or even kill yourself if you try to work on live electrical equipment. If you are in any doubt as to whether you have the required skills, then you should always seek the help of a qualified electrician. No cost savings can ever justify you risking your own safety. The first step is to switch off the power to your fan. In the example shown here, the fan is installed in a bathroom and the fan operates when the bathroom lights are switched on. It is not sufficient to simply switch off the bathroom lights because the fan is designed to operate for a timed period after the bathroom lights are switched off. This means that mains electricity is permanently routed to the fan. In modern houses or apartments, you should find a list of the electrical circuits next to the fuse box or the bank of circuit breakers. In this example, we can see that fuse number 10 is for the bathroom lighting and power, and we can therefore switch off this circuit very easily.
Once you've switched off the power, the first thing you need to do is to remove this outer casing from the fan. So if you look round the edge of the fan just under the lip here, on one side you'll find a screw, and just using a simple screwdriver just undo this. You don't have to take it all the way out, just until it's loose. Once that's loose, you can then take hold of the fan casing and you need to twist it anti-clockwise. It's quite stiff, so you might have to put a fair bit of force behind it. It's not going to twist very far, maybe only a centimetre or two, but you'll feel it click. Now at the moment that's not going, which means that the screw is still a little bit too tight, so I'll undo that a little bit more. And once it's in the right place, there we go, you'll see that the fan rotates left a little way. Once in that position, you'll find that the casing will come away completely and you'll be able to take that out. Inside the fan you'll see that there's a few main components here. The main fan blades are in the middle here. Is the electrical inlet cable which comes in next to its cable clamp, and that attaches using 3 wires to the timer module which is in here. On the opposite side there's this brown section over here which is the little actuator that opens the vanes of the fan after it's switched on. Now if you've got an electrical tester, it's a good idea to just check that you've turned the power off. If you bring your tester up and it glows red or does whatever your electrical tester does to indicate that mains is present, then you need to stop what you're doing and make sure that you've switched the power off correctly. I've simulated this here to show you what might happen. I've now guaranteed that the power is off, and if we repeat the same test, you can see that the power is now genuinely off on this fan. Now in order to actually get inside here where the main fan blades are, we need to remove a few components. The reason that the fan is noisy is that these fan blades, the actual impeller in here, is actually getting all clogged up with dirt and dust and all sorts of horrible fluff, and that is actually causing a build-up and rubs against the outer casing, causing the fan to become noisy and slow down. So the first thing we need to take out is this timer module, which is on the left-hand side here. So on the opposite end to the mains wires, you will find this little junction block, and that's got 4 connections. We need to loosen the 2 connections which are nearest the timer. So using a small screwdriver, we can just loosen the screws in here. Again, they don't have to come all the way out. Just loosen them off. And after you've done that, this junction block can be pulled gently away from the timer module itself. You'll notice there's a little cable clamp that's up here, and you might need to just untuck the cables from it so that you can pull the junction block away. Once you've done that, you should be able to take hold of the timer module, and it clips in at the other end, so you should be able to just pull that gently away. Might need a little bit of dueling. There we go. So pull that gently away, and that timer module should hang out of the way on its cables. It won't do any harm like that, provided that you don't pull the cables out of the other end. Right, the next piece we need to take off is this brown actuator over on the right hand side here. This is the piece that actually opens the vanes of the fan on the outside cover after you switch the fan on. Now, there's two ends to it. There's the end here with the plunger, and that's the bit that moves, and then there's the other end which is just clipped in to the plastic casing of the fan here. Now, the problem we've got here is that the white and the black pieces that are attached to the end here and that move, they're all loose, and they will actually fall off the moment you unclip the little actuator here. So, given that these are probably going to fall in the bath, it's probably a good idea to put the plug in the bath before you carry on any further, because if you do drop these, they might suddenly disappear down the plug hole. So if you take a screwdriver and put at the other end of the module here, you'll just be able to loosen that clip and just put your hand in the way, so that once this is loose, you won't need the screwdriver anymore. Just put your hand underneath here to catch the pieces as they come out, and you'll be able to pull that module away from its clips very gently like that. So you see that there's a white hinge section, and on the end of the plunger there's this little black plastic collar which will come off very easily. So just put those to one side, and you'll see that once again you can have this little module that can just hang on its cable. Now once that's out of the way, you should be able to take hold of the white plastic surround here and just pull it gently downwards, and it will come away from the fan itself. Again, put that to one side. Now this is the actual fan blade itself. This is the bit that spins and causes the airflow, and it's the vanes of this fan that actually get all clogged up with dust that makes the noise and it gives you the problems with the fan slowing down. So in order to clean this, the only way you can really effectively do it is to take the fan blades out. So if you just take hold of the edge of the fan blades here and pull quite firmly downwards, do it in a nice straight line downwards, and that fan should then come away, and you'll be able to clean it out. Now the blades themselves get all gunged up with dust, and you can either just sweep that away with a paintbrush, or you can use a vacuum cleaner with a brush attachment on the end and clean that up. Now the other place that the dirt's going to build up is on the inside around this section here. So if you can, just get a paintbrush up there, just dust around inside there, remove all the dirt, and also up inside the actual motor assembly itself. You can just use a paintbrush to clean some of the dust out of there. Again, this would all be live mains electricity, so this is why we had to switch the power off before we started. It would be extremely dangerous otherwise. So once you've cleaned all that out, you can then go about putting it back together again.